On this now, we can speak live to Sophie Nicolaou from the Highbury Squad podcast. Sophie, always great to speak to you, and you'll be happy today. How relieved are you and the Arsenal fans that this deal finally looks to be getting over the line?
Look at you and the Sky Sports team, Tom, serving up an Arsenal transfer meze this afternoon. Looks tasty, looks good. And finally the Gyökeres deal, official. I think we've had 3 official announcements with Gyökeres, and it's just the icing on the transfer cake for the Gunners this summer.
It is, and if you look at his goal record in the last 2 seasons at Sporting, 97 goals, that is incredible. People will always question whether he can do it in the Premier League, which can sometimes feel a little bit arrogant when people say that. But in the Championship, he had a great goal record too, and probably earned a chance in the Premier League anyway.
Yeah, that's a great point. I know that people will point to Darwin Núñez and compare Gyökeres, but their goal-scoring record when both of them were playing in Portugal is incomparable, really. Gyökeres also, I think the most important thing, as much as some Arsenal fans wanted Šeško to sign for the club, Gyökeres comes with a maturity level, 27 years old, and he feels like a player who's paid his dues. You know, he's played in England before, albeit in a lower league. But at the same time, this is a player who's fought tooth and nail to become a Gunner. And the difference, I think, this summer with a lot of our transfers is many of the players that we have brought in want to play for Arsenal. But I'm not sure there's ever been a player, Tom, who's exemplified the desire to join this club. It's incredible what he's given up. In the end, what his agent gave up. And there was, the opportunity to sign for his former manager at Manchester United too. But he only wanted to join one club. And I think we need to give credit to Andrea Berta, our new director of football, for making this happen, along with Mikel Arteta, who clearly sold him a vision and a pathway to what Arsenal will be this coming season.
Well, strikers, confidence is so important in strikers. Gyökeres is expected to wear the number 14, made famous, of course, by Thierry Henry. So what does that tell you about how confident he is before he's even put the shirt on?
It takes a lot of guts, doesn't it, to want to play in the number 14 shirt. Of course, Thierry Henry made that shirt legendary. Aubameyang wasn't afraid to wear the number 14 shirt. And I think some people, there's a myth about Theo Walcott being kind of a failure when it comes to the number 14 shirt. You know, Theo scored, I think, 108 goals for the Arsenal. To score over 100 goals for any club is a huge achievement. But again, it shows Gyökeres's belief in himself. And also, I think Arsenal fans have already fallen in love with this player. But to take the baton and to want to wear that number 14 shirt as well just illustrates that he's raring to go. And Arsenal fans just cannot wait to see what this guy's going to offer in the Premier League. We wish him nothing but the best, and he's going to be surrounded by even better players. If Mikel Merino can score goals up front, Tom, what can Viktor Gyökeres do for the Arsenal this coming season? It's an exciting time.
Yeah, it is. You called it an Arsenal transfer meze, I think you said. And once the Gyökeres deal is done, it's going to be close to £200 million spent. What do you make of it overall?
We needed to make the investment. I've heard a lot of Arsenal fans kind of cry a little bit too about our bench and having like for like in terms of talent. We saw how much we suffered last season in the Premier League with injuries. We just didn't have the players to bring in. Our preparedness was really poor. The last summer transfer window, not good enough. January, when we knew we had injuries, we didn't make up for them to be able to sustain any type of challenge, against Liverpool. But when you see what we've done, it's important to kind of invest in this team now. We've gone from process to progress, but now Arsenal need to deliver success. And this is a fundamentally important season, not only for the club, but for Mikel Arteta. You can say what you like about signings like Norgard. Very important, 31-year-old, has been a captain in the Premier League, brings a plethora of experience. Kepa, a goalkeeper who did really well at Bournemouth last season. We know now that, God forbid, if something happened to David Raya, we have a keeper that can step up and has been in the moment before. And when you look at the other signings like Zubimendi, a progressive player, someone who controlled the tempo of a game, so fundamentally important. Madueke, the furore around that signing was insane. But, you know, this is a player, Henry Winter was telling us on our show just the other day, that he's been practicing with his skills coach this summer, that, you know, he really rates, you know, Madueke, as does Tuchel, really super talented player that comes with Premier League experience again. And one thing I will say, Tom, that is going under the radar and unnoticed, re-signing Gabriel, Big Gabby, to a contract, incredible business. Re-signing Waneri to a contract, incredible business. And Miles Lewis-Skelly, one of the players of the season last season, who's shown that he does not suffer under the spotlight. Again, re-signing him, huge business. So when you couple that together with the new signings, this has been an incredible summer for the Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal have been very good in recent seasons with extending those contracts, haven't they, which you and I have spoken about in the past. There is another player being linked. We don't know where we are with this deal at the moment, but Eberechi Eze, would that be the kind of the final piece of the puzzle, in your opinion?
Now, this would take it over the edge, wouldn't it, Tom? I mentioned the football meze, you know, when they bring the pita bread and the dips and you overdo it at the beginning with the halloumi and all of that, and you're not, you know, you're not quite ready for the meat just yet. I think Arsenal are ready to take this transfer window over the edge, and Eze would really kind of make this a 10 out of 10 summer transfer window. Super talented player. We've seen what he can do. Again, Premier League experience, so important. A versatile player, can provide some competition for Martin Odegaard, can also play, you know, on the left. He is just a unique player that doesn't come around too often. And if Arsenal can make this happen, I think that really solidifies a squad, not only just the starting 11, to attack in all four facets of the competitions that are going to be available to us this coming season. And Eze, for me, would just be maybe the signing of the season in the Premier League if we can make this happen.
You know what the final question is going to be. I know you got Manchester United in the first Super Sunday of the season. How important is it that Arteta wins a trophy this season? How likely is it that it could be the Premier League?
I think it would be naive to say it's not important to win a trophy. You know, participation, winning, becoming second over the last few seasons, nobody remembers that. I don't think anyone wants to win the Premier League more than Mikel Arteta. He gets a lot of flack, and, you know, us broadcasters have given him criticism over the years. But in terms of what he's done for this club, together with the people behind the scenes, to rejuvenate us, Arsenal 2.0, to make us competitive again, to be putting us up there when we've been dreaming and having this desire to just be able to be on a pitch with Manchester City and Liverpool and have a team that really wants to win. It's incredible what he's done. Now, as I said, process, progress, success. Got to deliver a trophy, really important this season. And why not start with the League Cup? Early in the season, have this team taste together what it feels like to win, Tom. They haven't done that yet. And if they feel like, wow, this is amazing to win the League Cup, imagine what it feels like to lift the Premier League trophy. Installing and making this team believe that they can have a winning culture is everything. And it could start as early as just winning the League Cup.
Always a pleasure, Sophie. Hopefully see you soon.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, everyone.